said on the Senate floor that everybody with a Social Security number who at least is below these income thresholds is going to get this $1,200 check. Of course, that would include people who are on Medicaid, on SSI, or other need-based government benefits, maybe food programs, maybe the QMB, the Qualified Medicare Beneficiary. All of these need-based programs have income and asset limits. So what happens if you're on a benefit that has an income limit, and then all of a sudden you get $1,200, which puts you over that limit? Or what about benefits like SSI or nursing home Medicaid that have an asset limit? You know, if the asset limit is $2,000 and you've got $1,500 in your bank, and then all of a sudden you get $1,200, you're now over the asset limit. So anybody that has a loved one in a nursing home, that has an adult disabled child that's on SSI, needs to know what's going to happen when these folks get this check, because it's coming. And even the people on these need-based benefits are going to get the stimulus check. Well, the good thing is this is not income. It's actually kind of a weird way that they structured it. This check is a refund of an overpayment on your taxes. So it would be like in 2019, you paid the government too much money, and so you're getting a refund back of $1,200. And so this is not, this is not like going out and earning something. This is a tax refund. And we actually have a federal law related to tax refunds and how they're treated when it comes to government benefit. And I've copied that here so that you can take a look at it. But basically what this says is that refunds are disregarded when it comes to income in the month of receipt. So first of all, if you're on a Medicaid benefit, say nursing home Medicaid, the income limit for the individual is about $2,200 a month. And let's say you get $2,000. When you get this extra $1,200 that comes in, that's not treated as income. So it has no effect on a need-based benefit that has an income limit. In addition to that, a lot of these benefits have an asset limit. And the other thing that this law is saying here is that this $1,200 will not count as an asset for 12 months following receipt. So we often run into issues where somebody is on, say, Medicaid, and for whatever reason they get a little extra money. Maybe somebody died and they inherited a part of an estate or something like that, and this asset puts them over the limit. We usually have to address that right away, because Medicaid eligibility, SSI eligibility, it's determined on a month-to-month basis. You go over the limit 1 month, bam, you lose the benefit. Well, this $1,200 is not going to do that. So if somebody is on a benefit that has a $2,000 limit and they have, say $3,100, because $1,200 of that is this refund check, well, that $1,200 is supposed to be disregarded for at least 12 months after receipt. But look, that's only 12 months. Which means if you're the guardian for that adult disabled person, if you're the family member of that person that's on Medicaid, or if you yourself are the one that's on Medicaid, you don't have to worry about it when you first get it, but you do need to figure out what you're going to do with it. When it comes to having excess resources, the first and easiest thing to understand is you can spend it. In fact, that's the whole purpose of this stimulus check, is to put money into the economy. It puts money in people's hands with the idea that those people are going to take that money, go out into the community, spend the money. That helps businesses. It helps the workers of those businesses, blah, 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 blah. But so the first thing is you can spend it. You just have to be careful on what you spend it on. Things like if you have a home, spending it on the home, spending it on a car, spending it to use to pay part of a funeral. Those are generally assets that don't count towards your eligibility for these government programs. You could also spend it on ordinary daily things, just some extra food or entertainment. as long as you're spending it on yourself. What you don't want to do is say, well, my mom's in the nursing home. She doesn't need this $1,200, so we're just going to give it to her grandkids. If you give away assets with things like Medicaid and things like SSI, you lose the benefit. So don't think you can just give this stuff away. You can spend it. If we're talking about adult disabled people, anybody that was disabled prior to the age of 26 could put this money into an ABLE account. ABLE accounts are a relatively new creation. They allow a person who is on something like SSI to have a pot of resources that they can spend. They can use a debit card, things like that, but the value of the ABLE account will not count against them. So throwing that money into an ABLE account can work. Also, if a person has a supplemental or special needs trust available, they could use that to transfer the asset. So there are some things you could do with it. I figure most people are going to get this and probably be able to spend it over the next year. But the good thing is you don't need to worry about the receipt of the asset. It's not income in the month of receipt like other things are, and it's not going to be considered an asset for at least 12 months. So folks that are on SSI or Medicaid or loved ones of those people, you can breathe a little easier if you were worried what's going to happen when this $1,200 hits their bank account. So hope that was helpful. We'll see you.